Okay, so this is my dad, and for a long time he did wedding photography for a living. So I want to ask you a few questions about wedding photography and how it can kind of relate to the film that we made. So the first question is, how would you relate cinema, like cinematography, to the photography that you do?
So in photography, I guess I'll say I use the rule of thirds. So, meaning that if there is a rectangle and I break that rectangle up in three, then maybe the far right is where I will position my subject. So, coming from photography into cinema photography, I use that to get that cinematic look, which is something you use when you're in or shooting photography. Let's see, did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. I do agree that rule of thirds is like important in any cinema of anything because it helps you like focus on one particular thing while making it look good and filling up the space well. Uh, so, second question: how do you decide which moment to capture during a wedding in order to tell like a story?
Repeat that again.
Yeah, no problem. So, how do you decide which moments to capture during a wedding in order to tell a story?
Okay. Essentially, I'm always looking for more so like a journalistic approach to where I don't necessarily touch the situation, but sometimes I'll see a moment and the person may not look flattering. So then I have to go in and maybe recreate a little bit of lighting. But at the same time, I want it to look as if I just actually captured it. So I kind of put them in that position, make that lighting right, and then hopefully they will continue laughing and doing what they're doing. There's nothing in the background. So I think those are one of the creative things that I do to make it or to get that shot. I think I answered your question. Did I?
You answered my question. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so second question. What challenges do you face when dealing with like different lighting in different places, and how do you manage them?
I remember when I first started shooting my first year, it was pretty much I was afraid of the sun.
Vampire photographer.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah, you can say that. The thing is, because I would get raccoon eyes, and there was a specific way, or you should use a sort of a flash or a bounce card to put light back on people. But as I got more so into it, I embraced the sun. I embraced even dark moments. So when it's really dark, I would love to bring out lights to create my own sculpture of the face. But sun, full sun, I began to love it because then I would take a flash out there and really get some dramatic shots. I used to love shooting really wide. But yeah, so I'm not really afraid of any lighting. The challenge is a good thing for me.
Yeah, I feel like even like in the little film that we made, it is important to capture a lot of dark moments. You don't want to have just light all the time. And just to clarify, raccoon eyes are when someone's eyes like kind of like light up in the picture and it looks bad. It looks kind of scary.
When the sun is above you and it creates a shadow, so therefore it will create a shadow in the pockets of your eyes.
Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, so can you share with me a moment, a memorable moment when you had to like adjust your techniques or equipment in order to get a specific shot?
Okay, so I really had to step in there for the bride. It was a rainy day, unfortunately. Not every bride wants a rainy day, and this one did not. And she was really disappointed throughout the day. She was crying and she didn't really want to go out, but in the end, she had to go. But I knew I had to make it a good wedding for her or get some really cool pictures. So during cocktail hour, I took them out. And so, but I had to get really creative because I wanted to show the drama of the rain because it was still raining and it was at night. So I had to bring out my lights and I kind of did a lot of backlighting so that when I shoot them, you will see the rain through the light. And so that's how the drama. So I did that. The photos were excellent, but the video was really good, really cool.
I can actually imagine that's pretty sick. And you don't usually shoot in the rain, so you were definitely like adjusting your techniques to kind of change it a little bit. All right, last question. How do you balance the pressure of working in real time and capturing moments as they happen, while also maintaining like a creative approach to everything and keeping your feel the entire time, making everything special.
Essentially, I learned during a wedding is really fast paced, and if I allow anyone to tell me what they want, then I'll lose control. So for me to always have control, I'm always talking and I shoot in the moment. So I have my camera ready, and so when there's things that I really want to get, I just basically tell them, but I get my shot because as they're walking, I am able to grab that creative shot, and they don't even think about it that I'm there. So they think I'm just walking and talking, but I'm talking and I'm shooting at the same time. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for answering our questions. I can definitely see how like everything in photography, especially wedding photography, can relate to cinema and everything. How we can apply what you know to help us create a better film. So thank you for the interview. And yeah.
For sure. Thank you.